radio, ha pagato il wifi. Oh, guarda questo bel testone. I'm on.
You're on.
Are you looking at yourself on your phone or?
Not yet, but I need to get
So
the
you can see if you look good.
Yeah, I need to have
Allora, shout out to all the people that already joined us. Ciao Anthony, De Virgilio. Guarda che bella. Allora, we have Bruno, grande Bruno. Ciao Nunzio, tanti auguri a Nunzio, Happy birthday Nunzio, 32, my friend Nunzio. Guarda che maglietta. Questa straight from Italy. Non è vero, non è vero. Non è vero. Allora ci siamo tra poco con Michael DAloisio. Intanto vi faccio vedere anche Anthony. Eccoli, Anthony.
Buonasera. Oh, wait, what language are you speaking in English? Hello, everybody. Welcome.
Hey, yeah.
Hey, yeah.
Kimbo. Anthony dice come stai? Stiamo bene, tu come stai? Eccolo, Michael DAloisio. Michael DAloisio, c'è. Michael, anche Melissa, ciao Melissa. Michael c'è, adesso lo chiamiamo. Michael, eccolo, è pronto. Dove? No, aspetta, stavo cambiando la faccia a me. I'm actually impressed, Michael. Togli l'audio, sennò. Shout out to Anthony. Eccolo!
Hey!
Michael.
Good evening.
Madonna. Che uomo. I'm actually impressed, a man of your age can actually log into Instagram. Ecco, abbiamo già... Eccolo.
I might be a little bit old in playing terms, but I'm still up with it a little bit with stuff.
Ma you have to donate one of your tops so we can have it on the wall behind us.
Yeah, no worries. No, look, MetroStars don't give them out too easily, so I have to see what I can do.
We have the first shout out. Hello, Michael from the Princiotto family.
Oh, beautiful. There you go, Tom. Yeah, excellent. Spuds, ask him how his spuds are going.
Hall of Fame.
Yeah, we're slowly ramping up each week, Michael. Michael, how are you?
How are you? You well?
All good.
That's good.
You know, Michael, we're slowly stepping up. We've had some guns of the MPL.
Yeah.
Then we had A-League royalty.
Yeah.
And now we've got MPL royalty.
Hey,
I feel like you're going a little bit backwards after last week's guess. I don't know.
Only way is up. I think we're a bit screwed next week. I don't know where we're going to go from here. Yeah.
Very good. Anyway, your backdrop looks a little bit nicer than mine.
Vabbè, dai, we should actually didn't tell you. Like I didn't tell him that he was on today. He sent me a text and he was like, thank you for the heads up tonight.
I had to hear it from my teammates first. They said, "Oh, we'll make sure that we tune in tonight." And I said, "Geez, what's tonight?"
Yeah.
Well, Michael, I'm working with amateurs here, mate. Like, just.
How you do it?
Yeah, I reckon you and me next week. What do you reckon?
Michael,
yeah, I think so.
Michael, eccolo, è caduto Michael.
Where are you?
Ma perché? Let's see, where are you going? Ma vaffa, dove vai? Vieni qua. Dove vai? Aspetta.
I'm going triple M. That's it.
Come you going to triple M?
5 double A.
Pete Carosi, welcome to anche Angelo, grande, pizza in giro.
Pizza in giro.
It makes
Beautiful
me hungry.
pizza. Beautiful
Michael,
pizza.
What's going on? How's your I mean, we talked about work in the last couple of days, but how has it been with your isolation and soccer and, you know, training, keeping fit?
Look, it's been challenging to say the least. The first couple of weeks, you know, we didn't know to the extent that, you know, coronavirus was going to hit. So there was so much indecision. We thought, okay, let's still keep fit. We could be back playing, training before we know it. So, you know, the intensity was there. We were making sure that, you know, everyone had a program to go on with. But as the weeks went on, you realize that, you know, this you know, COVID was going to go on quite some time. So you started to probably take your foot off the pedal and, you know, other things got in the way and you started to spend more time at work and more time with family and the goalposts shift a little bit.
Have you been running?
Now, yeah, always.
He's not going to say no on the radio.
If I stop running, then that's it for me. I'll seize up and it'll be all over. So no, look, I did.
You're gonna lead the example.
That's it. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, absolutely.
You can tell I haven't been running much.
Yeah, no, you're looking good. I told you the other day. You're in good shape
for the off season.
He's
I'm
ready,
already
huh?
done. I'm already done.
Nah,
I'm done.
nah, he's looking good. He's looking good. I think his training regime's been working really well.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's training for Formula E.
I'm training
Yeah,
for PlayStation. The best.
yeah,
The best.
beautiful. Why not?
The
Why
best.
not? Why not? Yeah,
You
no,
done
look, it's
your
been
usual
interesting.
research, Anthony?
Look, Michael, I'll be honest, I've done a little bit of stalking.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. A couple of Google searches, been on Wikipedia. Did a couple of laps to your house. Just the usual
Yeah,
kind
so cool. That's it. Whatever it
kind of
takes.
research. Had a couple, couple coffees before as well, just to get that feeling, but
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
familiarity.
yeah.
But ready to rock and roll. And
You wouldn't have found
I
too much.
appreciate the white background too. It's like a blank canvas there.
That's it. They don't want to give too much away.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Maybe you should have put some of your medals and trophies up. Behind you.
Yeah, look, no, I keep them in a nice, safe place, and I thought I'd better not get them out tonight. People might think that I'm bragging, so I didn't want to do that.
Yeah,
So I thought I'd keep it nice and simple.
Probably the most decorated player I think that we've had so far, Michael.
After you.
After decorated, well, the only thing decorated I've got is the vest. That's it.
Yeah, probably.
Been a little bit.
The funny story is that, and this tells you how much I know about the local soccer, is last year, Anthony, we were talking about it the other day. We went to watch the grand final last year, and then there was the Hall of Fame,
the presentation.
The presentation, and I see Michael. I'm like, what is Michael doing there? I had no idea. No idea completely.
I was with the referees.
And then I thought, so Michael is actually, he's got some qualities. Other than being a very handsome and a really good sales rep.
Yeah, no. Just made up the numbers for a long time now.
Yeah, well, you've been around the NPL or even before it was called the NPL, back in Super League and around top division in Adelaide for a long time. And just to read off the honour roll according to your MySpace page. NPL National Championship 2014.
MySpace of what? He uses MySpace.
I had to go back in time to find some of the information. League Championship 2004-2012. Minor premierships like the Chicago Bulls 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, the triple.
Madonna.
2013, 2014, but not 2015. So he didn't quite get the double and triple. Cups 2014, 2012, 2016, 2017. Club champion 2016.
Madonna, how many things did you win?
And non-solid cultural 2020.
That's the biggest achievement. No.
That's not, in all seriousness, like that's club captain of MetroStars. That's for me that's a massive achievement. That's one of, if not the top local clubs in South Australia. National champion with MetroStars in when was that? 2014. 2014. So you've almost got as many trophies and medals as seasons played. Yeah, that's pretty incredible.
I think I've been fortunate just to play with some really good players, and like I said, I just sort of made up the numbers for a few years now. So I've been lucky. I've been lucky to play at a couple of really good clubs, and obviously MetroStars. We've had a fair bit of success, not as much as what I would have liked in the last couple of years, but like I said, I think it's just the credit to the club and the players that I've been fortunate enough to play with. I've been in some unbelievable squads with some unbelievable players, and we've had some good success, and it's just awesome feeling. That's what keeps me playing, to be honest with you. Just winning, and even just winning a game. The feeling that you get from winning a game of soccer, for me, it's brilliant. So that's probably the biggest thing that I enjoy, to be honest with you.
And
play sport.
And probably the Venga Boys song.
Oh, brilliant song! Yeah, fantastic song.
I hate that song. I hate that song so much, and it's because Metro is so good that I hate that song. So there's always is
that we like to party?
Yeah, every time Metro score, we like. Because like every time you play at TK Shutter, you know, it's always a tough game. And as soon as Metro put one away, that bloody song comes on, and it's just like it's like burnt in your memory now as an opposition player, and probably the opposite for you as it's probably your alarm tone when you wake up in the morning, huh?
Yeah, something like that. It's in my head, that's for sure. It's certainly in our head, but it's one of those things that, you know, unless you're a Metro guy, you don't really appreciate it, and you seem to cop a fair bit of stick from everyone else whenever that song comes on. So yeah, that song's caused a whole heap of controversy and all sorts over the years, and there's been, you know, talks in and amongst the club, the playing group, should we change it? Can we change it? I don't even think anyone would even dare say it.
I think it's great.
No, I think it's brilliant too. Yeah.
Yeah, this probably isn't the right place to air out some dirty laundry, but I heard there was a bit of a coup attempt to go to Darude Sandstorm after the goals a couple of seasons ago. Is that did you put a stop to that as the club captain? Or?
Oh, that didn't even get as far as me. So maybe someone else nipped it in the butt before it got to me. Yeah, I don't know.
Imagine Rose playing.
You know what you should get for Metro? Get Massimo, our number one fan, to do a song on the squeeze box.
Massimo is actually tuned in.
Is he on?
So, yeah.
Oh, we got a guy, number one fan of the show, pulls out squeeze box songs on demand.
Oh, brilliant. We're all for it. Absolutely,
mate,
all for it.
Get him there at TK Shutter on a Friday night.
Yeah.
Marina, every time
Perfect. You wouldn't hear that too often. You wouldn't hear it too often at all. Look, we'd be all for it. We'll listen to anything. Absolutely. We'll put it to the committee.
Eccolo.
Hey, there he is.
Grande Massimo. Anche Robby c'è stasera. Robby De Rosa. He's on.
Michael, did I let you go up for corners, or you gotta stay back?
Yeah, no, it's in my contract. I get to go up for corners because it's the only chance I've got of, you know, getting close enough to the goals to maybe score one. So
do you get excited? Because as a centre back, surely you're getting excited that taste, you know, up too far up the pitch.
Yeah, I hang for them. No, I hang for corners. It's my time to shine. Get up and use my head because I can't use my feet. So I'm going to try and get up, just use my head and try and get a head on goal. So no, absolutely.
Or even hang back for the crumbs afterwards.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, absolutely. Dylan Smith style. I was just like a seagull, just be waiting to pounce and get a deflection or something like that.
Hey, that's all you need to hear that Rosa Rossi once again.
Maybe we'll play that before the corners. You know, so like after the goal, it's Wenger boys, but beforehand it's Rose, just to get Michael G'd up. You know,
just to get me going. That's it.
Instead of the ultras with the drums, we get the squeeze box.
That's it. You can actually get that. Maybe play that as I'm sort of running from the back line to the corner. Takes a while.
But Michael, what's it like being a centre back? Of course, football. Let's call it football. Football has changed in the last 10 years, and these young kids now, they play a lot. He before was tough, you know. Now he's more. He's quicker. He's, you know, people dive a little bit more. Before it used to be like a man's sport, really. If you look at it now, there's all these young kids with flashy shoes, and they have boots like yellow boots, pinky boots. Before, if you had pinky boots, you get bashed in the locker room. I remember when I was younger, I used to play. Of course, Tom Anthony knows I used to play hockey. There was nothing like this. There was nothing like funky colors and stuff. You get bashed.
Nah. Yeah.
Now it's all about the look.
Yeah, you know, Michael, every week, it's 15 minutes in tonight, he's already brought up the hockey.
I never say anything. You
every week.
That's all he talks about every time I see him at work, too.
Hockey. I was going to say my defense. Anthony's been knowing me for 8 years, and he just realized now that I played the national team. That's how humble I am. I never say this to anyone.
Very humble.
Never say this to anyone. Then he's like, comes out like I told him the biggest secret in the world, because I never say that to anyone.
He's humble. Michael, every week he's humble.
Yeah, look, that's the first I've heard of it. Yeah, absolutely.
That's it. See, no one knows. No one knows. This is not even. This is Italy. This is Euro 2020. What we should do, it was supposed to be.
Brilliant.
So what do you think playing against these kids, you know?
Look, to answer your question, a lot's changed, you know, and yeah, you're 100% right. As a defender, you used to have to be, you know, black boots, no nonsense. These days here, it's completely different. And even you know, defenders these days are a lot more attacking, and you know, in some cases, I think, you know, reckless, you know, very reckless. And for me, as a defender, I was always brought up, you got to just defend, do your job, defend. If the other team doesn't score, you've done your job. But, you know, you're expected to do a lot more. Yeah, you're expected to do a lot more these days as a defender, I think. And and defenders themselves want to actually play a lot more, which, for me, there's... Sorry, go.
I was going to say, do you find there's more emphasis on you to be more of a ball player than previously?
Yeah, look, we've always had to sort of start the play from the back, so there's no shying away from that. That's brilliant. But I think these days here, you know, defenders themselves actually want to try and get forward a lot more. Whereas for me, I was always happy just to do my job and get it. And you got to know your place in the team. Know your place in the team. That's what your sixes and your eights are for, and your tens. And, you know, play them. They're the ball players. They're the ones that have got a bit more flair than us at the back. And just to know my role. But things have changed. A lot of things have changed.
You just stay in your box. Just stay in the, you know, your side of the pitch. That's it. Don't move.
That's it.
And counter attack.
Talking boots and pink boots, Michael, that attitude, that you're either a Puma King or Copa Mundial player.
Look, I got the Puma Kings. I'm not going to lie. I backed them out this year. The boys didn't know what they were. I said, what are these?
That $40 on special at Rebel Sport, you know?
Mate, they were the best. I told Josh Murray, I said, mate, just have a look at what your dad used to wear, mate. I said, it's Puma Kings, mate. They're the best.
Now they have all the thing on the...
the socks. I can't even get my foot in there.
You get all wet. Surely, Damian Murray was a Puma King man, wasn't he? Surely.
Big Puma King man, absolutely.
I reckon it was him and Wayne Carey flying the flag for Puma King.
And Maradona.
And Maradona, of course.
Of course, can't forget Maradona.
Copa Mundial is the best food ever made.
All on about, I'm all about. The only time I strayed from Coppers was Adipures, which is pretty much the same thing.
Yeah. So, and then when you bring out the dubbin, it's next level. When you bring out the dubbin, the lads are rattled.
That's a real purist. When you're taking care of your Coppers that much, you got the dubbin, you had the one with the yellow cap.
Yeah, absolutely. There's only one. That's it.
I think they came with the boot.
The brush, and away you go.
Yeah, beautiful. It's I know a lot of junior clubs are making players come to training with clean boots. Yeah, and they won't let them train or play unless their boots are clean.
Brilliant. I think that'd be one of the first things I reckon I'll do as a coach. Absolutely, for all the juniors. I tell my nephew all the time, you got to clean your boots, 100%.
So we got a hint already on your next career move. Basically, is that what you just say?
You know what? I always used to say that it didn't interest me. Coaching didn't interest me, you know, up until a few years ago. But I think now, as you know, the older you get and the closer you get to retirement, you realise that you want to stay involved in the game because you love it so much and it's been such a big part of your life that you start thinking of ways where you can stay involved. And coaching is obviously one of them. But look, I've got to do my badges. I've got to look at all those sorts of things if it's something that I want to do. But I'd definitely like to still stay involved in the game in some capacity and at the club at MetroStars or brilliant. Yeah, I can't see myself, just completely separating from the game. My boys are growing up. I got twin boys and they're 4, so it's about time that I get them signed up somewhere and get them having a bit of a kick. So, maybe that will be my lifeline to stay in the game.
Yeah. I imagine you've got them training right now as we speak.
Look, they're probably at their peak about now. 7 o'clock, 7:30 is when they're in fine form. So, I don't know what my wife does with them during the day, but I come home and they're absolutely buzzing. And I think, shouldn't they be tired like me? But they're flying. So, maybe,
they haven't touched the coffee stash, have they? During the day,
mate, I'm not going to lie. They love coffee. They love coffee. Yeah. We look forward to our biscuits and coffee on a Saturday or Sunday morning, and put the percolator on the table. And look, I used to do it, and I think, well, I did it, and I turned out okay. So it's good enough for me. It's good enough for my kids. So
correct. Bit of coffee, bit of grappa. That's all right.
I seriously think The only reason why Michael can't stay away from soccer or football is he doesn't want to miss those Monday nights in Madden.
Oh.
Monday nights at Madden is like the place to be.
I was waiting for this. Yeah.
The pinnacle. The pinnacle. We are huge fans of. Some call it the theatre of dreams. For Adelaide,
San Pasquale in Madden calls the theatre of dreams, but
every time driving down lower northeast road, I just get goosebumps.
Especially when the market is on.
The
market is on. When the market is on, is the best place ever.
Sorry,
but it's just, look, for me, it's just not the same. It's not the same anymore. There's a few players that have moved on since the Lino Saddins, Tony Zitos, the Donato Diezos, Gino Di Lucia, those guys there. It's just it's lost its sheen, I think.
Our friend Lino has many stories,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Club legend for sure.
That's good. But the old Friday nights at TK Shutter are a pretty hot fixture too.
Have you got any memory from playing MetroStars, Anthony?
Yeah. So
with the Venga boys playing like 4 or 5 times? Or?
Yeah. So I never got to anywhere near your heights, Michael. But many moons ago, when I was still playing, we had one year in the 19s. I was at Adelaide City, and our number one rival was Metro, like first, second, and we played them 5 times over the year, twice in the league, twice in the finals, once in the cup, and we lost all 5 times. We lost all 5 times. And
it happens. It happens.
Like, it was, all games were very, very evenly matched, but just every time, all 5 games, we lost to Metro.
Yeah.
So it's like I said, the Venga Boys song still burns me.
That's why you hate it. You hate it so much.
Yeah, I don't hate it, but every now and then I wake up in the middle of the night with Venga Boys playing.
You just got to embrace. You just got to embrace it. You just got to embrace it.
Yeah, traumatized.
I know what I get you for Christmas.
What?
The Venga Boys album. That's what you need. That's what you need.
No. So
what are the players, Michael, that you played with? Talking about memories, of course. That you have lots of good memories, and you think, that was your top 3 players that you played with together.
That's hard. I'm going to forget someone after 100%, and I'm going to say, why didn't I say him? Look, one that comes to mind straight away, I always talk about, is Nathan Day. Played with Nathan Day at MetroStars, and the guy was just an absolute freak. What he could do with the ball was just, it was just a pleasure to watch, to be honest with you. He would dance on the ball. It doesn't matter whether he was playing, up front, or then when he joined Modbury and played at the back. The guy was just, it was unbelievable. And he was just a great guy as well. He was so humble that made it even better as well. He was great with the young guys. I was one of the young lads coming through at the time, and he was brilliant. He was brilliant. So he's certainly one that come to mind. I was fortunate to play with a lot of other good guys. A defender, someone that I look up to as a defender, was Lee Robertson. In a big way, he was brilliant. Just still, I can't believe that he wasn't playing A-League at the time that I was playing with him at Metro. The things that he could do, as a defender, his reading of the game, and even for his size, he was just such a strong defender. He's just in the air, the ball at his feet. He was brilliant. So he'd have to be one of them for sure. And then we played with guys like Ivan Karlovic and Dave Menachella, brilliant. Van Dommel at the back, and then in the midfield you had guys like Jason Spagnolo and Fabian Barbiero, and strikers Corey, Sergi's. And I'm not even talking about the players that played with at Campbelltown. Campbelltown was, we had Catanzaro who won, 3 Serge Milton medals, and you played with him, and, he just with the ball at his feet was unbelievable.
Catanzaro, typical Australian surname, man.
Yeah, very typical.
He's coaching now, isn't he?
Yeah, I see something pop up every now and then on LinkedIn or something. He's in Spain. Yeah.
Oh, he's in Spain?
Barcelona. Yeah.
Kidding?
Yeah. So he's
Wow.
he's done really well for himself. So
Yeah.
he was a brilliant player too. Yeah, fantastic. Fantastic player. So there was a
You would have
lot.
played
There was a
against him
lot.
as well, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I played against him. I think when he was at Olympic, and actually when he first come for, I think it was Galaxy at the time. At the time when Galaxy were bringing in a lot of players from Sydney, I think that's where he had his first taste of playing in the Premier League here in Adelaide. Good, very good player. But there's heaps. And even current players that playing with and playing against. There's always a debate about which era was better, and the past players always say, "Oh, the game was better back 10 years ago, 15 years ago," and people are always going to say that. But I still think the competition's pretty good at the moment.
And what about those that you played against? Like any memorable strikers or formidable foes over the years? Just a few.
Oh yeah, the few. Look, Damien Murray comes to mind. It's funny now that I play with Josh, but I remember playing a handful of times against Damien when he was at Adelaide City, and I was at Campbelltown, I think it would have been at the time. He was just a bit of a beast to sort of tame. He was still strong and powerful. Obviously knew where the goals were, that's for sure. So he was certainly one that come to mind. Evan Kunavelis, he's another one, brilliant, very very hard player to play against. Dylan Smith, another one I can see that's getting active on the chat.
He's having a really good time on the messages.
Yeah, Dylan's brilliant. He's brilliant. Yeah, Dylan's another one. When he moves outside that centre circle, he's not bad. But yeah, look, there's still Christian Esposito that plays with us now. When he first come to Adelaide, I remember he was training with us at MetroStars. And we were just doing some shooting practice, and I was just watching because I can't shoot. And Christian, and I'll never forget Christian just cutting in from the left wing and just cut onto his right foot, and he's hit this shot. And Godley at the time was in goals, and he just had to look at it. And Godley just said, "Wow!" And we were talking about it after, and Godley said, "Mate, this guy's just unbelievable. He's too good for this league, unfortunately. He was coming out of playing, professional or semi-professional in Italy, and the guy was just, he was sharp, and unfortunately he had come across a few obstacles with injuries and whatnot, and we probably, people didn't get to see the best of him, but he was unreal when he comes to Adelaide, and there's glimpses of it now. He tears it up on Saturdays for us, so we're pretty lucky to have him in our squad.
Yeah. There's definitely been some, A-League, National League standard players coming through at Metro. I think it's a testament to how well run the club is and the quality of people that are there. You've got, even still now, you've got Travis Dodd with you on the sidelines every week. That's huge to have someone like him, Socceroos quality even with the squad.
Yeah, Travis is brilliant. He's first and foremost, he's just a really good bloke. So, at Metro, we're big on having good people involved at the club. So, we're fortunate to have, Travis as a person. He's a great guy. And then his football knowledge is brilliant. And he's, you can talk to him. That's a good thing too. He's not one to think he's, better than anyone else. He, he's the first to sort of go and give you a hand and give you advice. So it's, we're really fortunate to have him involved. That's for sure.
Yeah, beautiful. And then, you mentioned before, Barbiero through the middle, Van Dommel. These are all bona fide A-League stars, coming through at Metro with you. So it's,
Yeah, we had one. I remember sitting on the pine with him. It was Shane Smeltz.
Oh yes,
many years ago. We still talk about him at Metro. So it was crazy to think that we had a guy like Shane Smeltz sitting on the bench at Metro Stars, and then
Shane Smeltz, the TK.
He
went on and put one past Buffon at the World Cup.
Yeah, the guy he went on to have some brilliant years after, and I think it was
the famous World Cup.
The one that Michael still... There's two... Michael, some people, they get too drunk and they black out, they can't remember. Michael blacked out.
Nah.
There's two bits of his life that are blacked out. that there was a morning where apparently Italy played Sweden and they didn't win. That was when 2000.
My birthday.
On your on his birthday, on your birthday.
Yeah.
So there's that one he blacked out, and then the other one was I at your house to watch that one? Or was that the other game they didn't win?
Which one?
In that World Cup when they lost to New Zealand. No, they drew New Zealand. They lost to Slovakia.
That was
When was that?
yeah.
20,
That was at my house. Yeah, you were at my house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that
was a disaster.
The guy that scored against Italy used to play for MetroStars.
Yeah.
Thank you, Michael.
Sorry, but
I really that World Cup for me, it's I don't know. I don't even know if it existed. Like we didn't even play. Disaster.
Yeah.
Michael hasn't actually left the house since 2006.
Still,
No.
he hasn't had a shave since 2006.
Correct.
That's for sure.
I was 16 in 2006. I didn't have any hair.
So I'm getting there, man. I'm getting there. I feel your pain.
Yeah.
Ragazzi.
So what do you think maybe this this stop-start season would maybe help your longevity in the game a bit? Maybe a bit more time to train your body and take care of it a bit more. Do you think that'll have any impacts on your playing career at all?
I don't know, to be honest with you. It's a good question. The body feels unbelievable now because you haven't really been doing anything at real high intensity. So we've been doing a lot of running and a bit of gym work and whatnot, but nothing game specific. So I think the biggest thing is just to be mindful of when you do go back into that high intensity soccer specific training that you just try and ease back into it rather than going 100 miles an hour that first week. So and that's something that I still struggle to do, because the minute I get out there, the competitive instincts sort of kick in and you still want to try and win absolutely every ball, every race, every game. And sometimes I'm my own worst nightmare. But yeah, look, I really don't know. Mentally, it's I can't even say it's been refreshing, to be honest with you, because it's just the last 10 weeks has just been a big challenge, not knowing sort of, where you're at, when you're going to go back, if you're going to go back and how it's all going to sort of, eventuate. And then in between, everything you're worried about, your commitments at work and family and things like that. So it's been real sort of surreal feeling, which I'm sure I'm not the only one that's going through it. So and a lot of eating. Yeah, I can see some things have come through there. That's what what people say. Oh, you've still been running, and I say yes, absolutely, I have been, because if I didn't run. I would have been the size of a soccer ball. So I do like to consume my pasta. Yeah.
What's your go-to? You a penne man or a gnocchi, or you straight to the fettuccine at home? What's the go?
I love them all. I'm not going to lie. I really love it all. Just it depends on the mood,
Yeah.
Last night there was a bit of homemade tagliatelle with nice nap sauce, and then we had a bit of tortellini alla panna as well on the side. I don't discriminate when it comes to food. I don't discriminate. As long as it's done well, I appreciate it all. So
yeah, see, that's a short version of a diverse meal. You've got two different pastas on the table.
Correct.
That's it.
Correct.
I don't, like I said, I don't discriminate. As long as it's prepared with love, I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
That's it.
I've enjoyed my wine too, I must say, coming home and this sort of weather, it's been fresh. A glass of wine with my meal, it's not something that I normally get to enjoy, because, when you're getting home at, 8:30, 9 o'clock, having dinner, you just consume your dinner and hit the couch for 10 minutes before I'm in bed. So to actually sit down and have a glass of wine with my family, it's actually a really humbling sort of feeling.
Nice, and maybe a preview of things to come post-football.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, nice. So, Mike, I'm really curious to hear about the NPL victory in 2015, 2014?
2014.
What was that like? First of all, obviously winning here in Adelaide, but then going on to the NPL, and was this the first ever national NPL tournament?
Yeah.
In this format?
No, I think it might have started in 2012, I reckon.
Okay. But
Yeah, I think
certainly the first South Australian team to win it. Talk us through, you know, that tournament with your boys.
There was certainly one of the highlights for me playing. It was brilliant. It's just, you know, you've always wanted to play sort of at the highest level possible, I suppose, and challenge yourself. And, you know, previous years you were able to play state games and test yourselves against, you know, other, you know, state teams. So this thing was the next best thing. It was almost like South Australia versus, you know, every other state. So, and then the travel aspect, it was like being, you know, what I'd imagine being a professional. You would travel the whole hotel rooms and, you know, the preparation leading up to a game and then playing at another venue, you know, getting off the bus as a team. It was just, it's the best. It's something that, you know, I'm devastated that they're not going to look at playing it this year, because it's brilliant to be a part of. You know, we went to South Melbourne. I'll never forget, you know, we travelled to South Melbourne the morning of a game. You know, you go there expecting, you know, everyone expected us to get flogged, and we go there and we beat them with like literally travelling in the morning. Couldn't get into our hotel room because the rooms weren't ready, and so preparation was awful. Yeah. And then you go there and you win, and you know, that was a massive win. The win in WA, I still remember they had maybe 30 or 40 supporters, but the 30 or 40 supporters that they had were just absolutely giving it to us. And, you know, they had songs prepared, and they were, you know, hurling abuse at some of our, you know, ex-A-League players. And, you know, to win that game there in the way we did was great. And then the team bonding after, you know, and we had a brilliant coach. You know, Ivan was fantastic, and you know, he knew the group, he knew the players that he had, and he knew that you know, we had, you know, enormous amount of respect for him, that we weren't going to do the wrong thing. But you know, there was rules, and the players, you know, abided to the rules, and we made sure that we ate together. You know, after the game, we stuck together, and you know, then we went out and had a couple of drinks together. So, you know, every week, you know, a trip together. And we were fortunate to have three interstate games. And, you know, the last obviously being in Sydney where we won. And awesome. Can't talk enough about it, actually. It was really brilliant. Brilliant. And the group, to do it with the group that we had was just, fantastic.
Well, I mean, looking at that starting, not even the starting lineup, but the squad of that team, you got Godley in goals, Menakella, Calcio coming off the bench, Lee Robertson, who you mentioned earlier, yourself, you know, NPL Hall of Fame legend, Scotty Tunbridge, Fabian Barbiero, Adam Van Dommel, and then you got Andrew Charler coming off the bench, Polisena starting as well. You got Lawrence Dorigo, who now is with Adelaide United, on the bench as well. I mean, what a team!
Brilliant team, yeah. Lawrence, Lawrence is actually playing with Bossa at the moment, so then you got him mixed up for his cousin.
Oh, I got him mixed up for the cousin. Oh,
but Lawrence is a brilliant player too.
Boss is pretty high level in the amateur
good
world.
Coach, I heard too. But, pretty good coach, I heard too. But Lawrence is brilliant. Awesome lineup. And that's what I meant. You know, the team was brilliant, and we approached that, you know, that tournament or that you know, those games, you know, a huge amount of confidence too. You know, we knew that we had a good squad. You know, half of the players that had A-League experience. So, you know, when we were playing against, you know, opposing teams with A-League experience, it was like, big deal. We've got our own. You know, they really lifted, but everyone else lifted. You know, there's some players that you name there that just really, you know, dug their heels in and you know, had fantastic, you know, 2 or 3 games. So it was a real workman's-like, you know, 3 or 4 weeks that we had. That was for sure. It was almost like, you know, approach every game, go there, get the job done, you know, have a good night, and then back into training. And just, we had that belief that we were just going to, the weeks were going to keep rolling on.
Yeah, the thing is, if you, like you said, you were the underdog and no one could believe in you, you were like, you know what, we're going to go there and prove that we are actually better than everyone. But also, you're like, you know what, everyone think we're not gonna win. All right, we're gonna do this. So it's actually it tastes us even better. It
does. Look, it can work in your favor.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially because the other team, if they think they already won it, they're gonna come in and they're not gonna be up they're not going to be focused from the start.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I mean, you look at the semi-final against South Melbourne. What do they call themselves? The most successful club in Australia?
Yeah, outside the A-League, that's for sure. They they didn't see us coming, that's for sure. They definitely didn't see us coming, and we had, they had a striker there that had, was banging in goals for fun in the NPL Victoria, and he was probably unlucky not to score on the day. We had our work cut out for us, but it was just like I said. Everyone played like they were possessed. There was this real determination about the group, and it was, fantastic.
Did you find there was almost a different playing style, playing against the guys from Sydney, against the guys from Melbourne, and was it different playing against those teams? Was it more of the same?
No, I think it's often spoken about, but I think it's a bit more physical. You're playing against more men, bigger bodies. The tackles, everything seemed that little bit harder. I don't know if it was, maybe in our heads, but you had the feeling that you had to be, it was all or nothing. Going in for every challenge. You knew that, it was either you or them. So it was pretty fierce. I have to say the competition was. Western Australia had some big boys. South Melbourne and Sydney was probably a little bit different. Tactically, they were pretty astute and they were quick. They were pacey. Sydney, I remember they had some real speed about them. But look, everyone always talks that they compare other Premier Leagues and talk about Victoria, New South Wales, but I think our Premier League in South Australia is fantastic. And I think we've got some really, really good teams and some fantastic players, and we've proven over the years now that we more than hold our own. So I think it's something for our state to be proud of. That's for sure.
Yeah, well, look at you guys in 2014, and you got Campbelltown in 2017, 2018 that they won the NPL. City being the first team to beat an A-League team in the FFA Cup. So there's a fair bit coming out of Adelaide, I think, for on the NPL level. Yeah,
absolutely. Yep.
Yeah, which is good. So definitely something to hang your hat on. That's no mean feat. So we can see why you're of the caliber of players here in the Hall of Fame. Just looking at I've got the photo up on the screen from that night, that fabled night that Michael and I were at High Stadium. We got in that photo. We've got Michael Ball, Jace Cummins, another Johnny Negus in that list.
Yeah.
There's some serious veterans there of the NPL in this group.
I don't know if you're giving us a compliment there or.
And I see that we mentioned Maradona before, and some serious players, but I see that you've mentioned John Paul Kitty as one of the biggest influences on your career.
Yeah, JP, he's fantastic. I think I've paid off at least one, if not two, of his houses over the years. So, he's brilliant. Look, these are people that even to this day I've had to call upon favours from, and vice versa, and people that you're fortunate enough to meet just playing sport, physios, team managers, etc. But JP, I'd message him or ring him after training and just say, JP, man, and he wouldn't even ask. He'd say, no probs, man. Come in at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, and I'll have a look at you. Because he'd know, if I copped an injury or a knock, I'd be devastated, and I'd be thinking, 5 steps ahead, thinking, oh, geez, am I going to be off for Saturday? So I was always one to try and look after myself, and JP was always there for me, and he's fantastic.
Yeah, they're down at Pro Healthcare, Grange Road for
Pro Health.
And what's your injury of choice? What's your preference?
Oh, hammy for sure. The hammies.
Oh, classic. A real classic.
Yeah, hammies. Yeah, hammies. Even I don't want to say the other one I had last year, the old man's injury that they call it, but look, I've had a couple good ones. I'm not going to lie. Yeah. But the hammy seems to just be a constant niggle.
Yeah. No, we definitely share a physio there, Michael. That's one common trait.
That's what happens when you don't do any sport. You don't get injured.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, well, that's it. Stick to selling coffee, you reckon?
Exactly. Well, at least that can be painful on the wrist sometimes.
I think that's why I'm losing my. I think that's why I'm losing my hair.
Ma Anthony, we got the 10 domande?
Yes. We do.
Okay, Michael, every week we get to play.
So we've only got 7 at the moment, so I just got to type up another 3.
By the way, good to see MetroStars has joined us after 45 minutes of interview.
They came in right at half time.
Take it easy. They were probably busy with the juniors or cooking for somebody. That's how generous they are.
Yeah,
correct.
Yeah. Oh, well, if you want to watch it, you can watch it on Instagram TV.
Yeah,
later on.
It's a new thing.
Yeah. Yeah, we're really picking up the technology here at on the station. We've got backdrops now. We've got TV, Instagram TV to watch the show again afterwards.
We still got the old Chalk's glasses in the kitchen, which that's never gonna change. If you wanna display everything that is in an Italian house, you just need to come to the radio.
Hey, that's back in fashion now.
The tablecloth with flowers, we've got it.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
The old lino couch, but it's still got the cloth on the top. It's there outside.
Beautiful.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Good.
You got me. You got
come back
domande. In. We need 10 domande.
Yeah, I've got 7. I've got new.
Oh, 7's my playing number. That's it.
Okay, that's the question. Hang on.
You can't ask him his own playing number.
Yeah, maybe it's a trick question.
But how can you have 7 questions? I gave you 5, so you prepared 2. Mate.
Yeah, but they're the 2 best ones. I've prepared 3.
All right, now, but we give time to Anthony to
give me
type 2 questions. I'll give you the leader so far. So we got Nick Bucco from Adelaide City with 9. Christian D'Angelo with 8, Stefan Casalbore with 6. We got Dave Carosi with 6, and then we got John Solari, which is leading with 10 questions.
Wow!
10 answers out of 10. So
pressure's on.
Pressure's on.
Mm.
You got it?
No, I still need one.
Anthony, then you're talking to me. You're working with amateurs. You know? Ragazzi. You need how long do you need?
I'm done.
Boom. I just want to know what you came up with in 20 seconds.
Done. Beautiful.
All right.
Beautiful. All right.
You ready?
Yeah. No, it doesn't matter if I'm ready because I wasn't ready up until now. But more importantly, is Michael ready?
All right, Michael.
I think so.
You ready?
Have you told him?
Hope so.
The rules are 10 questions in 90 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get 10 questions. I don't know. We think about. I can't even offer you coffee at the end of the show.
What do you mean?
You got coffee
you
already.
Offer me coffee. It's all right.
Yeah, I know.
I told you, don't discriminate.
Correct. But also, we didn't think about a price. We have to think about a price at the end. So we come up with something. We should make a top, not solo calcio.
We should
trophy.
make a soccer top. Actually,
we should make a soccer top and an album made by Massimo playing the thing.
Oh yes.
That's
That's at the end of the season. There'll be a gift bag with some coffee of an indiscriminate brand, depending on
clean skin. Just give it a clean skin.
Give it a clean skin.
Correct.
We'll make our own soccer top. We'll have maybe a little
Beautiful.
there as well.
Beautiful.
The album by Massimo. What else? Couple posters,
Something will come up.
autographs.
Something
maybe a signed picture of Marco playing hockey for Italy
Brilliant.
21s.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. See, Massimo saying sounds good, and a CD.
And
That's
a
it.
CD. Beautiful.
All right.
All right.
You ready? Michael, you ready?
Let's go. Let's go.
And you can skip. You come back.
You can skip and come back. All right. I'm not the best at explaining rules ever.
Yeah.
That's all right.
All right. 3.
Probably won't be
2,
the best at answering them.
1.
Wait, you gonna play the music?
Santa Maria, it's just as long as you got a timer, man.
It's got to be consistent between the people.
Well, if you need to be consistent, we didn't play with the Marcus Flores.
It was more the 10 commandments than the 10 questions.
Madonna. Vabbè, via.
All right, Marcus going to play a song.
No, 90 minutes. 90
seconds.
seconds. We got Calabria Mia after, and our friends from Calabria Mia, they always come in with the MetroStars
stop. Yeah.
with the MetroStars stop.
Beautiful people. Beautiful.
Every Monday. All right, 90 seconds.
All right.
You ready?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay, hang on. We got it? 89, vai, start.
All right. Name one celebrity featured in Nescafe commercials.
Nescafe. George Clooney, I think, because it's Nescafe and
Correct.
espresso.
Right.
Yeah.
Correct. What is more expensive, Nescafe Blend 43 or International Roast?
Nescafe 43.
Correct. Official coffee of Napoli, the soccer team.
Madonna.
Oh,
That's hard.
Man. Kimbo.
Oh, 3 from 3. What number did Damian Mori wear for Adelaide City?
Frogger. Jeez, what was Frogger? I'm going blank. Is he 7?
Yes, correct. Team colours of Cagliari.
Cagliari. Who supports Cagliari? Red and black?
Close enough. One player of the 1990 World Cup Italian squad.
Baggio. Roberto Baggio, the best.
Highest scoring Serie A team this season.
High scoring. Lazio?
Nah.
No.
Team colours of Lecce.
Lecce. Oh, same as Metro, yeah? Yellow,
Yeah.
black,
Yeah.
yellow and red?
Yeah.
Correct. Who does Mario Balotelli currently play for?
Balotelli.
Not for long. 10 seconds.
He's back in Italy. Where is he? Question. Balotelli.
B.
Brescia.
Bravo.
Brescia.
Which darts player is nicknamed the Power?
Oh, this is my mate. Oh,
Yeah,
no.
we still give it. Time is up, but we give it this.
Come on.
We don't give it time.
Oh, that's a good one. No,
Come
I'm done. I'm done. I don't know. I pulled that out of the hat last time.
Oh,
I have to concede defeat.
how
What was
can
his
you
name again?
forget Phil the Power Taylor?
Phil Taylor. That was my idol. Oh,
He got
how did I
7.
forget?
Seven.
Phil Taylor.
7.
Phil Taylor.
He's right there in 3rd place. And I have to give it to Michael this time because in the last episodes, the first 5 questions have the same answer. So this is actually the not only proper quiz we've done. Because Anthony does 5 answers with the same. So
There you go.
to be fair,
There you
Dave
go.
Calcio has 6 answers, correct. And, the
And
first
5 with
were
the same.
Correct.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Come on, man. Come on. What kind of show you guys running there?
It's amateur hour here, Michael.
Oh, Jesus.
7. There you go.
Jeez.
He's in Champions
Hey,
League territory.
And you know, actually, with all the players that we've had on, we're making a starting 11. We've
Yep.
made up solely of the players that we've got. So,
Yep.
you know, at the moment, we've already got 2 centre backs. One being Christian D'Angelo from Adelaide Blue Eagles, and the other being myself.
Yeah.
So
Happy to play the point, guys. I'll play the point if you want.
Look, I don't know how you feel about fullback, or maybe we can put you up front, but I don't know. It's
I think it'll be better use at the point.
Centre back spots at the moment, Michael. I don't know. We might have to do a bit of a trial.
Yeah, look, I don't know if I've got the legs to go fullback, guys. I think I might be better used just playing as the number 9. Just give me the ball.
Best play for corner kicks.
Yeah.
Corner
That's it. Just sub me on for corners.
Yeah, done.
We actually before going, I have this dream that with this rule, not like the players Totti will still play, Baggio will still play, that you could just have a player just for free kicks. You just get him in, free kick, out. Pirlo will still play. Corner kicks, Michael will play until 60 years old.
That's it. I'll play. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Va bene, Michael, it was a really good hour together.
Thank
Really
you.
enjoyed it. Really
Yeah,
good.
went quick.
Really good guest on the show.
Thanks, guys.
First Hall of Famer.
So there's always the first next week. We don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe the first non-football player.
Possibly, yeah. Possibly a...
By the way, did you say Port Adelaide before? Port Adelaide?
Port Adelaide.
I forgot.
We'll have to tune in.
That's just completely out of context, but Michael, though. Yeah.
We'll have to.
Michael,
No truth to that. Thanks very much, guys. That was good fun. It went quick.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Excellent,
awesome.
guys. I'm gonna go enjoy a nice cup of coffee now.
Bravo. Gonna have dinner. See, Nadia has joined us. So Nadia, dinner is. I hope he's ready because I'm leaving the studio soon.
He's hungry. He needs it. Come on.
I need
Feed
it.
the man. Feed
Michael,
the man.
any shout out before we go?
Nah, no. I can't say no. I got a shout out. I think there was a few of the Metro boys that tuned in.
Yeah.
I think Dylan Smith tuned in. He wanted to say hello. He's a bit shy normally. I'm surprised he got involved. I think Robbie DeRosa got on there and said hello.
Yeah, Robbie's been part of our shows every week, so.
Yeah, look, Robbie, just keep those TikToks coming. I think his TikToks are brilliant. Oh man, they're gold. So yeah, I just shout out to those guys. Bruno there, Bruno Carossi, brilliant guy.
Bruno. Our goalkeeper.
There you go.
He's a reserve goalkeeper.
That was Johnny's
reserve goalkeeper and
there you
chairman
go.
of our club.
Beautiful.
Grande,
good stuff. Good stuff. Good
I'm still
stuff.
waiting for the donation of the Ascoli Piceno stop.
Always looking for something. Jeez, Marco. All right.
You know, you have to.
You have to. All
Ciao,
right.
Michael.
Thanks, guys. Take care. Ciao, ciao. Bye-bye.
See you, Michael.
See ya.
Beautiful, huh?
Very good.
Beautiful.
Very good.
Okay, we can wrap this up. Ragazzi, thank you for joining us on Instagram. Thank you, Michael. Beautiful interview. We loved it. See when it goes quick. Boom.
Just like that.
We enjoyed it.
1 hour disappears.
10 domande, you gotta be ready next time.
I think we've got to change to 7 domande, then it'll be more...
No, then I do 5 every week. You got 2 domande to prepare. I like because you can always relate to the guest. It's good.
Yeah, that's why it takes a little bit more thought.
A little more effort. Yeah. Va bene. Instead of scratching my head, we're gonna say goodbye. We can say goodbye to Anthony. This interview will be back on Instagram TV, so you can watch it anytime. Ciao Massimo, ciao Bruno, ciao Anthony.
Ciao everybody, and big shout out to my nonna who's listening tonight.
Nonna. Anche Celeste, so Celeste.
Oh, Celeste, yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah. Big shout out to Tyson.
Tyson Edwards.
My favorite man of the week. We will explain why next week. Okay. Ciao Rose Carosi as well. That says I. Yeah. We say goodbye to our show and welcome to Calabria Mia on soon in about 2 minutes. So thank you for listening. Ciao Massimo. Ciao Andrew. We need Andrew. Ciao mamma che ci ascolta. Potter 58 is Eleonora, my mom. Yeah. Andrew, we need to get him on the show.
Yeah.
Andrew. Ciao Issa.
Yeah.
To get him on the show.
Done.
Definitely. One of the next couple of weeks, we're gonna get him in.
Done.
Because I want to hear a lot of stories from him.
Done.
All right. Ciao Anthony. Next Monday.
Goodbye.
Thursday morning, pane e latte. Non dimenticate. Ciao ragazzi, vi lasciamo con Calabria Mia in diretta qui su Radio Italiana 531. Adesso andiamo anche con una canzone. Se ci riusciamo, we put a song and then we go home. Che ci abbiamo fame.